News. 24 hours. News, Mississippi.
I'm Courtney Carter, and this is the Weekly Rundown. The top story of the week. Christopher Epps, the former commissioner of the Mississippi Department of Corrections, is in jail, and he will stay there until his sentencing hearing in May. Now, here's what happened. Of course, you know already that this has been going on for about 2 years now, where he actually pleaded guilty to a long-running bribery and kickback scheme that he took money, $1.4 million roughly, to help secure contracts for the Mississippi Department of Corrections. Now, he actually did plead guilty to these charges and has been helping out investigators with some of the other people that have been involved as well. That's why his sentencing keeps being delayed per Judge Henry Wingate this week. Now, on October 27th, by Epps' own admission, he went to the house that he actually forfeited federally and took some lights and a control panel. Now, this happened on October 27th. On October 28th, the house was closed on. New homeowners noticed that this equipment was missing. They called police. On November 1st, which was Tuesday, Epps was in court for his sentencing to be delayed again. And then he was arrested by Flowood police for that charge of burglary against that house, and then he was picked up by U.S. Marshals, which fast forward brings you to court. Now, it took 2 days for U.S. District Judge Henry Wingate to make a decision, but he said that even though Epps had been compliant up to this point, the fact that he knowingly went to that house leads him to believe that he can't trust him to continue to comply. That's why that bond was revoked, and he will sit in prison until the sentencing in May. Another question that he brought up: why that panel, and was that panel holding something else? Now, he said he saw some speculation regarding that. Whether or not that'll be investigated is yet to be determined, but that was something that kept being brought up, and you can find out more about that online at newsms.fm. Now, another story that we have talked about this week, as you know, the election is Tuesday, and it is so important that you get to the polls and you vote. Polls are opening around the state at 7, closing at 7 p.m., and of course, News Mississippi will keep you updated on those results as they come in. And not only are you voting for your congressmen and for Supreme Court justices, but you're also voting for president. Now, this week, more information from the Hillary email scandal has continued to come in, with some Mississippi lawmakers commenting. Now, Attorney Mike Hurst actually spoke, and he said that if an indictment or any type of legal happening were to come from these emails after she is elected, if she is elected, they couldn't touch her. She can't be impeached because it happened before she was president, and she can't be prosecuted until she is no longer in the president's seat. That is actually part of the law, so that a president would not be distracted from their duties. So she couldn't be impeached, and she would have to resign in order to be prosecuted, or it would have to wait the 4 or 8 years. She could also pardon herself or be pardoned by Tim Kaine if she didn't pardon herself. And of course, we have that whole description online. You can read that for yourself online at newsms.fm. Now, another thing, the open enrollment period for the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, prices are hiking all across the country. It's huge, and so you can check that out online as well at newsms.fm. And another thing you can see online, if you've got plans for this weekend, maybe you don't, maybe you're wanting to make plans, check out the Mississippi Weekend. We've got that online, and it's a good rundown of all the events that you'll see happening around the state, as well as top stories. Another thing to keep in mind this weekend, the weather will be beautiful. It'll be cool at night. You'll want that bonfire, but you absolutely cannot have it because of the burn bans going on around the state, and of course, we will keep you updated on that. And so again, you can get all of this online at newsms.fm, or you can get it on demand with the News Mississippi app. Just go to your Apple or Android store, your iOS store, and download that app. Just search News Mississippi. For the Weekly Rundown, I'm Courtney Carter.